wanna? Can I take this?
Yeah, maybe you can do it first.
What words?
Well, you know, I meant you sure about the Thailand, and then I do it.
Oh, you want? Okay. Okay, I'll do my report first, and then he'll teach us some Thai words. Okay. So yeah, I wanted to give a report of we'll kind of organize it under four things: the church plant, the workshops, translation, and what was the other thing? We'll start with those, and if the other one comes to mind, we'll get there. Yeah, it's the church plant, workshops, translation. Life. We'll add life in there. Okay. So as far as the church plant goes, we started a fellowship about a year ago now, right? It was around this time a year ago, and we officially constituted as a church August 3rd of this year. So we're still pretty young. We constituted with 10 members. Well, eight members technically, but 2 were not able to be there, so we kind of brought them in about a month after when they were able to be there. So we got 10 members. We have a Thai Bible study in the evenings. We have one Thai member right now. The Thai Bible study is attended by 2 people regularly. So we have our church is actually an English-speaking church. We do everything in English, our whole service in English. But we want to see the Thai Bible study grow to a point where that can become a separate church. One of the reasons for that is it's not that there's a wrong method or a right method to it, but we saw some of the bilingual churches and how literally if you see these 2 sides of the room right here, there would be the Thai-speaking people on this side, the English-speaking people on this side. There would be a few people who were bilingual who would kind of bridge the gap, but for the most part, it was just two groups, and we didn't think that was ideal. So we figured it would be better to plant an English church that reaches the Thai people, and then hopefully plants a Thai church off of that. So that's going well. Please pray for us as a new church plant. Many of us have walked the road of this church plant, right, the beginning stages. And so please just pray for the unity of the church. Right now, there's no issues. Pray for us as we do inevitably run into issues. But also pray for the Thai Bible study and our outreach to the Thai people, because that is our ultimate goal there, is to reach the Thai people. So pray that the Bible study would become well attended, and specifically that the Lord would lead men to the elder qualified men to us, so that we could train them and send them out to plant Thai churches. So secondly, workshops. We have our sending, I don't want to say sending agency, but the agency that is assisting Reformation in sending us out is Timothy II Project International. Some of you guys probably met the head of our organization when we were sent out in the first place. He came and was a part of that. So we teach basic theological education for pastors who don't really have access to that. And really, actually, since we've been there, some of the seminaries that are there are just not teaching. They're not really going that deep in their theological curriculum, and so we've been teaching pretty much any pastor who wants to join the group. And we had one guy in particular who said that he learned more in our workshops than he did in all of Bible college. So we're seeing the fruit of that. It's been beautiful. It's been received well. I mean, even we've talked about difficult doctrines, and that's been received well. We've had very good discussions. At first, they were not really wanting to discuss things. They were kind of reserved, and that's just kind of a Thai trait, is to be more reserved and don't stir the pot or anything like that. But over time, I think they've gotten more comfortable with us, and yeah, it's just beautiful to see the fruit of that. As far as translation goes, we have our 4 workshops translated. We got to go back and do the first one over again. It was not translated well. But we were focusing on that this past year. Got all 4 of those done. And we also got Errol Hulse's Catechism for Boys and Girls. It's available at Chapel Library. We got that translated as well this year. So hopefully next year we can focus more on other books and resources since our workshops have been translated. And that kind of brings me to potential partnership in the future with CBTS. The conversations are in the works right now on what is it going to take to get CBTS in Thailand, in the Thai language. Yeah, CBTS.
This is where we're studying.
Yeah. Because that's really what's needed. The workshops are helpful. What's really needed though is an MDiv program in Thai, especially with some of the translation issues and things like that. It's understandable some of the errors that you come across in Thailand because of how certain things are translated. So yeah, in life, I would say life is good and full and busy. Is that an accurate description? Yeah, we've got our hands full a lot. We travel. Compared to some people, we don't travel that much, but we travel a lot more than I would like to. So that's good as well. Judah is, how old are you now, Judah?
7.
And Gaby, how old are you now?
4.
Yeah, we got a 7 and a 4-year-old. Yep. We moved into this year. We moved. Trying to think of timeline. When we got back from the not surprise trip last year, was that it?
Between our trips, yeah.
Yeah, we had a couple weeks to move.
We moved as soon as our feet hit the pavement.
Yeah, so we got back and we moved last year into a house. Then we had our surprise trip that we did not plan for because of our visa stuff. And we were in that house for not even a year. Yeah. We had a cobra on our porch. We got a dog to take care of the cobra. And we didn't see the cobra anymore, but we had hardwood floors in our house. So the dog was messing up the hardwood floors. So now we're in a new house. And we hope to be there for a long time. And the neighborhood is great. That has been a huge blessing.
So much friends.
Yeah, so much friends. The kids have a lot of friends. The first night, so our old neighborhood, we hardly ever saw our neighbors. In this neighborhood, the first night, all the kids just like got in front of our house and started playing in the street there. So that's been a huge blessing. Yep. There was another thing that I wanted to talk about, but I forgot what it is.
Yeah, how are your studies going?
They're going well. I've got, I think I'm en route to once I finish my languages, to finish my MDiv. So what that works out to right now is language class and another class on top of that. So right now I'm in Hebrew. Got 2 more classes in Hebrew, and then I'll start Greek. So you can pray for me for that. I don't want to learn any more languages. So, speaking of, Judah, you want to teach us some Thai?
Yep. But hold on.
Oh, let me do this first. Let me ask if there's any questions. I wanted to give a brief update and leave some time for questions if anybody has questions. Yes.
So, starting a church and everything like this, are you intending to stay in Thailand for the next couple decades?
Yeah, I mean we don't have any plans to come back at this point. Now, we hold that loosely because things could change that would require us to come back. I mean, even things like visa being denied or something like that. So, but we don't have any plans to go anywhere. Yeah. Anything about just work and yeah. Yeah. Fawn sail. Fawn like the deer, baby deer, and sail like a sailboat. Mm-hmm.
Has the adjustment of having them come join you been easy or
Yeah.
difficulties or?
No, it's been such a blessing. So, I mean, at this stage, we work well together. We pray that would continue. Nico and not Nico, Roxanne and Danielle get along well, and so no, it's been a blessing. And I would say our main difference, Nico and I, our main difference is our pace. I am very slow and methodical. Let's take 2 years to do this thing. And Nico is like, no, let's do it today. And so it's a good balance, because if it was just me there, the church would not be planted at this stage. If it was just Nico there, probably it would have been planted when he first got there. So we balance each other out well. So, yeah. And I was telling somebody, I was telling Shannon earlier, the first 2 years we were there, it was just us, and we really didn't trust anybody to watch our kids, any of the locals. So it was a little bit before we had our house helper watch the kids some, but since they've come, we've been able to alternate date nights. So that's been very nice. Yeah.
Tell us about, you had mentioned you've got a young man that is, he's preached for you at least once.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, we have a guy from Chattanooga. I'll give you the short version of the story. It's crazy how God works, but the last time I saw him was in high school. He was in China with his family, and they came back on furlough, and so he spent one semester at my high school, and we became friends there. And then he left and didn't see him again for however long that's been. And it turns out he's living in Chiang Rai, so we reconnected there. And he's recently reformed. Yeah, he's. I think there's potential for him to be. An officer in some capacity. We'll say that. The sermon that he preached for us was great, and so, potential gifted brother, potential fellow elder in the future. We'll just see. We're testing that out right now. So, yeah. Yep. Anybody else? Anything that you're just curious about?
What's driving like?
What's driving like?
I've ridden in the car with you here.
Driving is, how would you describe? There's a rhythm to it. It looks like it's just chaos. But you do find the rhythm of it, and you know when people are going to go this way and go that way. And it works out perfectly until it doesn't. So a lot of motorcycles there too. A lot more motorcycles. So you're driving down this thing right here, this street, and everything's reversed because we drive on the left-hand side of the road there. Left-hand side of the road, right side of the car, and people are driving on both sides of you on motorcycles and all around you and weaving in and out. So, yeah, it's pretty intimidating at first, but then you just get used to it and you're like, yeah, it's just part of it.
Driving a motorcycle or motor scooter there?
Yeah, I drive a motorcycle every day. Yeah, we have a car, a motorcycle, and we have like this little scooter that we put a sidecar on. So Danielle usually has the car if she needs to get groceries or whatever, and I take my motorcycle. So
But you do have rainy seasons, right? So what do you do when
you get used to being wet. In the non-rainy season, you're wet with sweat. So the rainy season is actually kind of nice. Yeah.
Would you say the burning season is your most frustrating season?
Yeah, definitely. So in Thailand, they have a burning season, not just in Thailand, pretty much all over Southeast Asia. And you can do one of two things. You can cut your crops down after you've harvested everything and let it decompose naturally and get the soil ready for your next crop, or you can cut it down and burn it and then pretty much plant another crop immediately. And you know, a lot of the farmers there, that's their source of income, so they really have to, you know, do it as efficiently as possible. What that means is that during one season in particular, everybody does it at the same time, and it's during the dry season, so there's no rain to knock the stuff out of the air, and so it just becomes very smoky. And some days are better than others. The first year we were there, Danielle was praying constantly that it wouldn't be that bad, and the Lord answered that. It was very good, probably the best it's been in a long time that year. And the next year it was the worst it's been in a long time. And even I had to go to Chiang Mai, about 3 hours away, to deal with something with the embassy. And when I came back, I had to stop by the mall for something. And even inside the mall, you couldn't even see to the other side because it was just smoky. So, yeah, that's a challenge. Thankfully, we have air purifiers in our house, and we have a bigger house now. The first year, we had a one-story house, and you know, it was just the kids couldn't go out for 2 months, and it's just, you know, too much energy, too little space.
Well,
So.
we could go out. It was just a small yard.
Well, I'm talking about during smoky season when we had to stay in. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So the bigger house is a lot better for that as well. I would say it's still probably, for me personally, visas are the least fun thing about living in Thailand. Secondly would be smoky season. But that's gotten a lot better. You know, we've kind of, Lord's helped us get used to it, right? So, or at least embrace it. You never get the heat too. You never get used to the heat, but it just becomes a part of part of your life. So,
3 or 4 months?
Smoky season. So the most like the worst part of the smoky season is about 2 months. Is it March, April, or April, May?
I think it can be March, April, May, but
Yeah.
within that, maybe mid-March to mid-May.
Yeah. But last year it started about this time. So it's like, I don't know how best to explain it.
It's a gradual incline.
I'll show you real quick.
I think it's actually good right now.
So the air in Dalton, 42. Yeah, my app is not set up. Okay.
It's excellent in Shanghai right now. It's 6.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome.
It's still rainy season. It's like in a rainy season.
So it gives a number that corresponds to the air quality. Right now it's 32 in Dalton, and right now apparently it's 6 in Chiang Rai, so that's good. Probably just rained or something. So the really bad year, it got up to over 800. And it shows you like green. I don't know. You probably can't see that little green guy. He's happy, and then it'll move to yellow. He's like less happy, and it says, be careful. And then it goes to orange,
Or red.
or no, red first, right?
Orange first.
Orange,
Unhealthy for sensitive groups.
yeah.
Then red.
And then red is like don't go outside.
Put a mask on.
Yeah. It has a mask on the face.
And then it goes purple, and it's like a full face mask, like with
Gas mask.
Like
a gas mask.
Fire mask.
And then it's like dark purple, and it's like a full eye and everything mask. So that's when it gets over 300, it gets into that range, and we were sitting at over almost 900 one year. So yeah, it does get bad, but it usually around this time it stays in like the hundreds, 100 to 200. So it's not great air, but it it's better than the 2 months where it gets really bad. So
your lungs become the filter.
exactly, yeah. So yes.
What would you say the temperature difference between Dalton and there is?
It depends on the season here. I would say it's like Georgia summers there all year round, except for about a month, and it's either raining or it's not raining. But it doesn't feel much hotter than a Georgia summer, at least to me. It seems, yeah,
More humid.
yeah.
You have air conditioning in the house?
Yeah. Yeah. They don't do like the central air like here. They do it in. I've seen more of them now since we've been in Thailand, but just the little wall units, the ones up top. They just put those in the rooms that they want them in. So, Dustin, did you have?
What are some of the people that are visiting and worshiping with you guys, or part of the congregation, or just kind of wondering about the people and the beliefs of what it's like to try and connect and evangelize?
Mm.
Maybe what some of the, just in the efforts you made and the
Yeah. So we've had really good opportunities with former teachers and people that we've kind of known for a while. I would say in a Thai context, it's very important to think of it in the long haul. I know that sometimes like friendship evangelism is scoffed at as something like we don't want to do that, but think of it this way: if the person you're talking to, in their heart of hearts, they believe there's a God, but according to their beliefs, they don't believe there's a God. Therefore, they don't believe sin is against anything. It's against your neighbor. It's against nature. It's against things like that. They don't believe that time is linear. So there's not really an ending point. It's just, it's a, you live, you die, you come back. You live, you die, you come back, right? So there's not like a finality to death. It's almost like a totally opposite worldview. So if you go to somebody and you knock on their door and say, "Hey, I'd like to tell you about Jesus," we've all sinned, we've fallen short of the glory of God, we're justified by His grace as a free gift, and you do that, you present it in that kind of way. They're not going to understand what you're saying at all. They'll hear the same words, but they won't be understanding the same concepts. So you really have to kind of show them the worldview that makes the gospel make sense, if that makes sense. So you really have to, I would say you really have to spend a lot of time with people in order to do that. So
pre-evangelism of sorts.
yeah, exactly. You have to kind of build the categories of the gospel so that the gospel makes sense. Yeah.
Does that mean, in the long run, that having a Thai person share with a Thai person would be optimal?
Oh yeah. Yeah, everything we do. The question was, would it be optimal to have a Thai person do the evangelism? And everything we do tries to walk that fine line of equipping the Thai people without creating dependency. Because that's exactly right. They're going to be able to understand. It's kind of like even with language learning. There's only a certain point of fluency that I can get to as a foreigner, but also culturally, there's only a point of cultural fluency that I'm going to get to as a foreigner. And though it becomes more natural to understand these things and to speak and all that, though it feels more natural, it's still your second language. It's still your second culture. And you didn't grow up watching the same TV shows. It didn't impact you in the same way. And, all of this. So, no, the ideal would be that Thai people are equipped to share the gospel and they go and do it. In fact, when in our first business members meeting as a church, we asked our Thai member how certain things would go in a Thai context. I've had several conversations with her about that thing. What about this? Would this be a good thing to do here? So, yeah. Yeah. And there are a lot of things too that you can do it the hard way or the easier way, I guess you could say. things that you learn from locals that you would never think of yourself. Like if you're doing village ministry, for instance, to go and build a relationship with the head of the village first, because if you go around him, then he's not going to like you, and then he's going to tell everybody in the village not to listen to you and work against you. Whereas if you just spent the, few weeks getting to know that guy, it would open a lot more doors. So, yeah.
Is that the same dynamic that meet the leader and get the green light, so to speak? Is that the same dynamic in the towns as in the villages? Is
Yeah.
it as pronounced, I guess is what I'm asking?
No, not so much where we are. No, people just, there's not really, I mean, I suppose if you were trying to plant a church in a neighborhood, then that would probably be, you would probably want to find out who to go to there. But in the city, where like we've got a building that we rent, there's no one that really is over that area. So, yeah. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually a continual prayer for me, is that the Lord would grow my prayer life continually. And I think that being on the field is an answer to that, because you just realize how there's so many situations that you're in where you just realize how much you're not in control. Visas, getting visas and all that, that's, you it's the Lord, right? You can fill out all the right paperwork, and you just met the wrong person that day. They didn't have their coffee or whatever. And they can deny your visa, So, and that's, it's a scary thing when you have all your things there and you're, you gotta go to work to get your visa. But if you don't get your visa, you can't go to work, and it's like, there are a lot of things like that. And so the Lord has really helped me depend on him in prayer. And of course, with church planning, just, not being able to, it wasn't because of my efforts or Nico's efforts or anybody's efforts that the members that are there came. It was because God brought them, right? So just continuing to rest on that. Yeah.
You see scripture, I'm sure, fulfilling everything, because that's the word of the church.
Yeah. Yeah. She said, you see scripture in a different light, because, the Lord has to build his church. So, yeah.
So if CBTS opens an arm, opens a campus there, I know John Miller just come and visited you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Would Sovereign Grace Fellowship have some role in helping to facilitate that?
Mm.
Or what is the thought process there?
Yeah, we really haven't gotten that far into the conversation. It's more just, and really part of this too is I want to get my MDiv, get a translation team together. That's one thing that I want to focus on this year is just networking and seeing if I can get, 5 or 6 or 10 qualified men. Translation work requires someone who knows English and Thai very well, and someone who understands the theology behind what they're translating. There are a lot of missionaries that come and they want a book that was influential to them translated, and so they'll go to a professional translator, and the translator is Buddhist, doesn't understand Christianity at all, and they'll do the best they can, but it doesn't make sense. So you really need that. So I would like to get, I would love to see 10 guys, but even 5 guys who can spend, 15, 20 hours a week on translation. I'd love to get that team together. And that's what I want to focus on this next year. So getting my studies done, getting that team together. I think after MDiv, I want to pursue something that would maybe allow me to teach courses for the seminary as well, if that's something they would be interested in, and then work on books and lectures and things like that to get a curriculum. So then after all that, I'm sure there'll be administrative questions along the way, like where are we going to do this? What's going to be our campus? What do we need for that? Which thankfully the CBTS Spanish program has already kind of paved that road. So we'll basically just be following, I would assume, following what they did. So yeah, potentially it could be, if we could get it registered with the Thai government as a seminary, it could be a way to get our visas and stuff in the future too. So we'll see. Yep. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, anything else? Any other things you're curious about? Okay. We're going to let Judah teach us some Thai then.
Okay, but Dad,
Uh-huh. You gotta hold onto the scooter
before-
blade, don't drop that.
before, could I tell you the word and you tell them what it means?
Yeah. Here,
But-
let me hold on to this, okay? You do the
Okay.
word, and I'll translate.
Swati Kap. I think that was too loud.
That's good. You're good. So that's how people say hello and goodbye. And usually, what do they do when they say it? When you first meet somebody?
Huh? Wait.
You got a Y too, right?
Oh, yeah. You first do this Swati Kap. You
Yeah.
just Swati Kap with that.
It's like the Thai handshake.
Yeah.
Okay. You got another word for us?
Yeah, but before another word, there's a difference between a girl and a boy to say it. Boys say Swati Kap with a P at the end, but girls say Swati Ka.
Yeah. Sawadi kap, sawadi ka.
Yeah.
Okay. You got another word for us?
Ban.
Man. Yeah, that means house.
Yeah.
What else?
Guy.
Guy. Guy is chicken. Huh? Both.
And Kai means egg, but Guy means chicken. But also there's a lot of familiar words. Like if you say ma, then that means dog. But there's some more words, I forgot them. But the other words, you gotta have the right tone to know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So it's a tonal language. So, for instance, if you say ma with a midtone, ma, it's kind of like monotone. It means to come. So ma tini is like, come here. And then ma, as Judah said, is dog. And then ma is horse. Is there another one? Yeah. So, any other words?
Do a sentence.
Could I say
No.
Say, I like my dog.
see, what was that? Pom chop, ma. Pom chop, ma.
I like dogs. Say, I want to eat chicken.
We've been in Thailand too long.
Okay. Okay. As I was saying, so what was it?
I want to eat chicken.
ผมอยากกินไข่ I mean ไก่ not ไข่ ไก่
Okay.
Have you eaten dog?
No. We know people that do, but we haven't personally eaten dog. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Okay.
Here, let me hold it for you, though.
Okay.
Let's see.
There's also a pastor that really likes to eat dogs, and he said, if your dog annoys you again, then I could eat it for you. Yeah. And also, every time my dad whenever our dog pesters my dad and annoys him, then he would say, we're about to take you to the pastor.
That is true. Okay. We need to stop this one. Okay. Do you wanna pray for us in Thai? Who? Oh. How would you say the food is?
Cow.
Oh, that's how you say food in Thailand. Say it's delicious.
อร่อย
Yeah. So the food is really good on the whole. Thai food is like some of the most disgusting things you've ever seen eaten, or some of the best flavors. I think that's the best way to describe it. So, yeah, we've had experiences with both. Yeah. So, yeah.
What would you say is the oddest thing you've seen eaten?
That's a good question. They do bugs, all the organs,
Bird saliva.
Yeah. They have some like bird saliva thing that they drink. I don't do that stuff. So I'll tell you a story though. Before I really understood how to politely refuse something, I was on a surveying trip and I was looking at an area that we were thinking about going to plant a church there. So I stopped for lunch, and this lady was speaking Northern Thai, which is closer to Laotian than Thai. There's a lot of there's some similarities as well. There's I would say Laotian is technically a different language, but it could almost be a dialect of one another. So I was understanding about every fourth, fifth word she was saying, but I understood she said lab. Lab is like minced meat with a bunch of really good herbs, like mint and other things. So it's really good. But there's two versions of it. There's the cooked version and the not cooked version. And I didn't understand that lady was trying to explain that it's the not cooked version. And so it was water buffalo. It was lukewarm water buffalo that was raw. And I didn't know how to refuse it, so I politely ate half of the bowl. While I was looking at a water buffalo. But now, and there was another thing called the translation's not really appropriate. It basically translates to a horse urine egg. Why you would eat something named that, I don't know. But I don't know exactly what it is, but it looks like a bad egg. It tastes like a bad egg. It smells like a bad egg. And the first Sunday we were there, we had that. Or I had that, right? John got me something, and I had that. So, but now I know enough Thai to be able to politely refuse things, so I don't need anything crazy anymore. Yeah.
And Dad,
Uh-huh.
I told him one funny story in English. That's a real story that happened to me.
Yeah, which one is it? Maybe we should see which one it is first.
It's just two places. And I didn't know which two base it was, so I got the black one.
Okay.
Okay. One day in Thailand, I'm going to tell you an English story. That's real. One day in Thailand, night, whenever we were going to brush our teeth, or the morning, I don't know which, I think it was night. So there was a black toothpaste, but I got the black toothpaste, and I thought I got the white, so I put it on my toothbrush, shredded it, and then I looked at it, and I was like, what? So, then I got the white one, and I opened the white one, and I was like, and squeezed it, and it was white. So I shredded it, and the next morning, so I kind of forgot the rest of the story, but I think I can handle it. So the next morning I opened the black toothpaste, and then I put it on, shredded it, and the same thing happened. I was like, huh? And then I got the black toothpaste, and I opened it, and I squeezed it, and I was like, that's black? But yesterday, was that a dream? I thought it was a dream, but then I looked left, and I saw the white. There was one other one, and the one other one which was the white toothpaste, and I was holding the black one, and I was like, oh, I get it now. I should tell this story to everybody else. So.
Yep. We need a whiteboard to trace everything out. The white black toothpaste. Yep.
So I'll never forget.
Yep.
Speckled goats and white goats.
Yeah.
And also, the black toothpaste, well, it was, I think, brown. Sorry. But the brown toothpaste at first didn't taste good, but then I got so used to it that I almost felt like Yeah, and Gabby keep arguing.
Okay, buddy.
Okay, never mind. But yeah.
So I know you guys probably want to have other things to do. Are there any other questions? Any kind of things you're curious about?
Are y'all traveling, what, how many hours are you going back down the plane?
It'll take probably about 35 now with our newest layover. About 35 hours total. But depending on the route and everything, it could be anywhere from 25 hours to 35. Mm-hmm.
After all the questions, can I just do a little bit more Thai because I got to do an English story and not that much Thai.
You can.
A Thai bit one, like 10 words.
I tell you what, buddy, you can do that when we're done. Okay, you can talk to individual people with that. I'm gonna let you pray and Thai for us in a little bit. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. I'm going to let Judah pray for us in Thai.
The grand finale.
Yeah, let me hold it for you.
Maybe not that. Okay. ข้าคุณเจ้าสาระอาหารที่พระองค์ทรงประทานอาเมน
He just blessed our food. So.
I don't know. I don't know how to really pray, but I know how to do the food.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll be around for a little bit if you guys have any other things. And I'm sure that Judah would love to teach you some more Thai words. So